Okay, scrappers, welcome back to the channel. Just wanted to go through and kind of micro scrap some stuff for you today, different things, so when you run across them you'll learn how to or how not to take them apart. And yeah, so with that said, thanks for stopping by and let's get right into it. We'll start with this here microwave transformer. It has actually only one. This one is copper. This one, if you can see that in there, is aluminum windings, but this one's copper. So we're gonna blast that baby out of there and retrieve that copper. You can use this big hammer here and hopefully we won't have to mess around grinding that. Hopefully I can just pound it off. Yep, looks like she's gonna come off pretty good. There, that goes that. Little shred goes in there. Oh yeah. All right, now let's open this up. Oh, this one's gonna be different because we got this big plate on the bottom. Ain't gonna really be able to put it on there and pound it through. Ain't gonna be able to do it that way. Let me think here. How are we gonna do it? We're gonna have to, gonna probably wind up having to fight it. I guess we'll just stick it in this way for now. We have to try to pry the goodies out rather than pounding the steel through. Or maybe, no, now if I do it that way, should be able to pound it through. Yeah. I guess I need to tighten it up a little more. It's not gonna have anything going across here to hold it from going down. So I don't know if this is gonna work or not, but we'll give her a whirl. It's not working very good. There, that's pounding it out of there. Okay, that's aluminum. It weighs about a half an ounce. About a half an ounce here, baby. We got aluminum. Aluminum. I need a cutter thing. Where's the cutter thing? It's in my back pocket. It's in your back pocket, Dennis. All right. All right, let's cut this. Clean this up just a tad. I don't know what we'd get for this. If we get this aluminum breakage or what they'll give us for it, but yeah. Project Shop Florida, he just takes it just like that and throws her in a bucket and calls it good. He says, send it. You can have 3% of stuff on there that isn't aluminum. Which I've never heard that. My yard's never said that. But hey, if he can get away with it, all the more power to him. All right, now we're gonna try to get this copper winding out of here. I wonder if I can just take a punch or something and punch it up and out of there, or if I should turn it. I don't know, what do you think? Should I turn it? Huh. Now, what if I... What if I go like that? Huh, isn't that weird? If this plate wasn't on here, we'd be all golden. We'd be golden. All right, well, let's I guess let's try tightening her in there. we'll get something to drive in there. Hopefully it'll drive it right out of there. See, that doesn't want to work very good. Even in the big vise, she wants to keep moving on us. No matter how tight the old man tightens it up, she doesn't want to participate with us. Okay, there's that. Hope we're getting this in the frame for you. Let's turn her around, see if the other side is moving at all, or if we can get her to move. Maybe this way, if I put it in like so. Yeah, if you got any suggestions on how you would have gotten this out of there, let me know in the comments below. Ooh. Yeah, seems like she wants to fight all the way. Oh boy. Come on. Be nice if there's a hole right through there. Oh, there's an E coming right out of there. One of the E's was coming out. She's pounding right out of there. Maybe if I get that off of there, that she'll go easy. I should be using one of them big pry bars I just bought. All right, is that gonna make it come off of there easy like that? Oh yeah, that's sweet. Sweet, man. All right, now it's up to you how much you want to clean this up. How good do you want to be to your yard? Is your yard gonna mind if you don't clean it up? You gotta ask those things. Talk to your guys at the yard and ask them. Might save yourself a lot of time and effort. So yeah, because this it's got like Scotch tape on it. You know, Scotch brand tape. It's kind of like Kleenex. It's just it was the first one, so everybody calls it that. All right, so there's some number 2 copper there out of the microwave transformer. And we got a little more shred. Yeah. All right, shred goes in here. That goes in this garbage bag. All right, what should we do next? What should we do next? What do you think? What's gonna be next? The magnetron from the microwave oven? Is that what they're called? Magnetrons? I don't know why they call them that, but yeah. I don't know if these are even worth micro scrapping, but I see a lot of other channels. The guys always got these magnets sticking around, so they must be taking them apart. And I definitely don't know if it's worth the little bit of copper that's underneath these aluminum windings. But yeah, we'll just let's do this one next, I guess. We'll see what she does and how she works. I generally just take the hammer and bang that like that to get that out of there. Then I take and cut these. Got these little pieces of copper that we can get out of there. Come on. I might have crunched it too hard. All right, come on, off of there. There we go. There's the two little pieces of copper. And what I do with those is I usually just grab it like that. And or I can grab this end because I don't have another pliers handy. And then I just pull like this until that little baby comes out of there, and now we got clean copper. Yeah, we like clean number 2 copper, don't we? There we go. Number 2 copper. All right, now I think these are the things that everybody's always was worried about, and the yards wouldn't take them because of this, and it's beryllium or something. So as a disclaimer, I'm telling you, don't take these pink things, or sometimes they're white. Don't take those and grind them up and snort the shit. Okay? It's no good for you. All right, with that said, let's work on trying to take this thing apart. It's like hooked together. It's like hooked together there and there. So I don't know what we can pound in there to do it, but we'll just try this screwdriver. See if it'll break one of them loose. Okay. Come on. There's got to be an easier way, right? I'm sure you guys know it. Tell me what it is. It's a magnetron. There we go. I think we got it now. Are we cooking with gas yet? Boy, this one's a hard one. Jesus. There we go. All right, now we can just take it and open her up like so. Got that little piece of brass thing there. All right, pull that out. Here she comes. Oh, there we go. Got a piece of shred. All right, we got a magnet here. There's a magnet. Little piece of shred. I think it's aluminum. Yeah, it's aluminum. Little piece of aluminum goes down in there. I don't know why I got that. Why I brought the top for that garbage can. It'll probably never go on that garbage can. So again, don't be scratching up and sniffing this stuff, okay? Is this aluminum too? Nope, that's steel. That one's steel, that's shred. Goes in here, shred, shred, shred. Now these here, let's take this magnet off. So now we got 2 of them babies. If you wanna go after this aluminum, you can just put her in your old vise. That's what we wanna do. Squish her up a little bit. Alrighty, that should do it. And just take your grinder. Oh, and then the battery goes dead. And then the battery goes dead, of course, you know. Every time you go to use it. Come on, there we go. Alright, here we are, back to it. All right, there we go. Now we should be able to pry them off there. Pretty easy. They may be hot, so be careful of that. I should have my gloves on. Scrapperettes are gonna holler. I don't have my gloves on. So there you go, sheet aluminum there, sheet aluminum. Where's the other one? End that's cut. Now if you wanted, you could cut the other end too, and then it would probably make it even easier to get it off there. But I'm probably holding it down here and you can't see. So yeah, you just take it this way and come on. Get out, get off of there. Get off of there. All right, there. Now we gotta go. Should we try doing two of them at once? Oh, look at that. That worked good. All right, there. So we got all this sheet aluminum in the sheet aluminum bucket thing. Yeah, I don't know why I even brought this home when I bought that brute. So it'll never be on the, never go on a garbage can, I don't think. So as you can see here, hopefully you can see, this little part in here, from here to here is copper. Now, I don't know if it's worth going in there and cutting that with the, you know, with the grinder thing, but for the sake of the video, I think I'm gonna try it once and just see if it's really worth it. And we don't want to try to break that thing, because that's the bad shit. So if that cracks or breaks, don't be sweeping it up and snorting it, okay? All right, are we gonna do this? Let's try it. Okay, the damn thing's hitting on here. She's hitting there. But as you can see, there's a little piece of copper in there. It's probably like a yeah, I don't know. What do you think? Should I keep going? Should I keep trying it? I guess we'll never know unless we cut one, right? Unless we cut it, we'll never know. Ooh, she's a little warm. Put your gloves on. Scrapperettes are saying, put your gloves on. You're gonna burn your hand. All right, putting the glove on. Let's turn it a little bit. Copper dust falling out of her. Yeah, I don't know if I'd do this. I guess you wouldn't catch me doing this for that little piece of copper. There's much better things you could do than do this, especially if you had a lot of these to do. All right, there we go there. Now, it still doesn't want to come apart. Something else in there. Woo, it's getting hot. But at least we're gonna find out what's in there. Let's put this glove on too. Can I get in there and cut that little thing? Probably. Whoa, come on, baby. There it goes. So there, we got a little copper on that side. Like, I don't know if there's a way to chisel it off of there, or what you do, but that's pretty cool. I wonder if that punches off of there. Will that punch off of there? Let me know, guys. Tell me. Am I doing this all wrong? Let me know in the comments. Is that is pretty looking in. Yeah, it's really pretty looking in there. Can you see that? Hopefully. I just never know where the camera's pointing. But yeah, I guess it's pretty copper and all of that. But unless you're like really bored and don't have anything else better to do, which everybody's got something better to do, because if you're in this gig, instead of doing this, you could go out and talk to electricians and HVAC guys to get more scrap, and you'll do a hell of a lot better doing that than worrying about this little tiny piece of copper here. So that's what I can tell you there, because it's like we don't even want to sit around and watch me try to get this out of here. That's how in my opinion, how useless this is. Yeah. Okay, it doesn't seem to be prying off of there. Oh, look at that, the magnetron thing. Oh, we broke the thing. Don't snort that. Watch out. Could be beryllium. Could be floating in the air and getting your balls, make your balls fall off. Oh boy. Yeah. So I ain't really gonna be messing with this at all. It ain't worth it. I'd rather go to lunch, right? It's not, to me, it's just not worth it. Woo, it's hot though. She's hot. All right, have we had enough fun with that? Let's try something else more profitable. All right, so there goes that. Here's some shred. We got that going in there. How about this motor? Is it gonna be copper? I hope. Looks like it's held together with these little clips. There's no bolts. There's just some like clips bent around there. So I don't know what's gonna be the best way to get them unbent around there. If we can just go like that. Oh yeah, look at it. It's bending. It's bending, man. Man, just think if I was 20 years old, I'd be able to rip them out of there like nothing. There we go. Another one here. Can you see this? Am I getting this all on my film for you? Let's put her up here and try it. There we go. Is there another one right here? Ooh, watch out, Dennis, don't poke your gut. Don't poke your gut. Okay, I think that did it there. Now, we just got a splitter now. Splitter right there. Come on, splitter. I see a gasket. They got the old stator packed in there pretty darn good. She's tight. There we go. All right, should we check, see if she's copper? Feels like copper. She's copper. All right. Now we just got to figure out how to get this off. Get that off of there. Got a little bit of wire here. Singles wire. As the everyday solstice would say. Singles wire. All right, now we're gonna. Do we pound that out of there, or how do we get that off? Oh, just like that, huh? All right, now we gotta get this out of here. Let's do it in here. Let's open this big new vise up. A little more. Come on. Oh, I think it broke my vise. Either that or I just never opened it up that far before. Huh. All right, well. So, we want to pound that off. So how in the heck are we going to do that? Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this. There, I felt it snap. She snapped a little bit. I don't know why it snapped, because it didn't go all the way through there, but I did feel it. So we should be able to get that. And then pry her out. Come on, out of there. Get out of there. There we go. All right, another copper stator. A little. Oh boy. Hope it didn't knock sodas over that were in there. We're half empty. I have to take in the house. Oh, good. All right. So yeah, another one of these we can cut some copper out of. All right. How about what's next? Should we try this thing? It's a part of a door lock. One of the things I got from the hotel. Oh, let's try this. See if we can get this thing to unscrew these. Oh, my bucket's way down there for screws. So yeah, I don't know what this is gonna have in it. It's gonna have copper in it. It's gonna have stainless steel. It's gonna have brass. We'll find out together, right? Anything locks are usually pretty good. Any type of locks. All right, what is that? I bet you that's stainless. I bet you that's stainless. She's sparking that stainless. It goes in a stainless bucket over here, right there. All right. Okay, now how do we get the rest of this out of here? We got tape. We got stuff taped on here. And tape, is that holding it shut? Oh, come on. There we go. Oh no, there's more screws here. Here we go, some more screws. I gotta remember to keep this out there so it doesn't drive you guys nuts not being able to see what the heck I'm doing. All right, that goes in there, kinda. All right, there, that comes off of there. All right, what's that? Oh, that's sticky steel. So that's shred. All right, how does this open up now? Come on, it's gotta open. She's gotta open. Oh, there we go. She's starting to open now. Come on. Why isn't this piece wanting to come off here? Why? Come on. You bet. Is it this? No, it's not that. It's something in there that's holding it. There we go. Woo, look at all the stuff in here. Look at all the stuff in here. This is brass, I bet you, and aluminum. I don't know, let's try it and see. Nope, that's just cast aluminum. I've had some of these where this would be brass, the deadbolt, but that's cast aluminum. So we can put that in the old cast aluminum bucket, which is right there. Because that didn't spark, did it? I didn't see no sparks. Better double check it. Where did it go? Right here. Let's try it. Did it spark? No sparky. All right. How about this thing? I've seen these where these were brass. But we'll see if this one is. Negative. Negative there. Okay, it looks like this bolt's like that bolt comes out of there, but it's got a roll pin in it. I tell you, I ain't gonna mess around too long with this. If it's only aluminum with steel, and yeah, I ain't even gonna waste my time trying to get that apart. You have to get a little punch and punch that roll pin out of there, and you know, for what? It just ain't worth the time and effort. Put it into aluminum breakage. We got aluminum breakage, right? Right there is aluminum breakage. All right, what's this? That sticks, so that's steel. Got a little bit of wire going on. Little wire. I think this is all steel now. Yep, we can just put that all in shred. All right, how about that? Yep, shred, shred. Ooh, look, there's a piece of brass there. Piece of brass, steel, steel. Ooh, that one is something. It's not sticking. So is that aluminum? Oh boy, don't turn it on with that sticking on there. Okay, that's some aluminum there. We got more aluminum, cast aluminum. There she goes. All right, this little tiny piece is brass here. One little tiny little piece there is brass. All right, let's go in the shred. Put this little piece of brass in the little brass bucket. This looks like shred too. I can go down into brass, a little brass button. All right, there's that. How about this thing? Is this gonna fight us to death? This is the old door handle. You put your card in there, your room key. Old school, baby, old school. They got new fancy dancy stuff nowadays. Let's take these off. It's a spring, this one's spring loaded. Watch your eyes. Okay, good man. All right. Okay, that comes out of there. What's up with this foam thing? I don't like the foam thing. It's hiding shit. I mean stuff. It's hiding the stuff under there. There we go. There's a spring, see? Look at, there's one of them kind of little spring things. Like I hate those kinds of things. I hate them kinds of things. I mean, just look at that. There, boom, got her off. That's the weirdest looking thing. Who would ever invented something like that? Probably made millions. Millions he probably made. Millions. It's like the guy that makes some little plastic things on the end of your shoestring. He's rich. Woo. There we go. Now that should come out of there. And we got a little board in there. Little board. Got some wire going on. And a board. And this is probably steel. Yep. So I can go in our little steel bucket. That goes with our wire. Alright, let's get this spring off of here. How do we get the spring off of there? There we go. Spring's in there. Is that gonna come off of there and be nice, or? Come on. I know you can do it. Just come on off of there. It's like you're cut just perfect. You should just ride right up here. Come on. There you go. See, that wasn't so bad. There, now that falls out of there. Woohoo! Is this gonna be a brass one or a copper one? Or is it just that piece going in there? Or is that? That's sparking, that's metal. That's metal and this is aluminum, so that's gotta come out of there somehow. I don't know how it comes out of there, but it's gotta come out. Somebody put it in there, it's gotta come out, right? Oh boy. There she go, righty tighty, lefty loosey. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. I don't know. How does that go in there? You don't think they pressed it in there, do you? That'd be silly. So, just for the sake of time, I'm just gonna put it into aluminum breakage. Aluminum breakage. Where's your aluminum breakage bucket down here? Right there, and it bounced right out. Bounced out. We'll find that when we move that bucket someday. Here's a little board. We'll put that in there. All right. Get this junk here. Put that in the junk. Okay, why isn't this front plate coming off of there yet? It's got to be these. It's got to be these here. These screws here. Maybe that's holding that front plate on. Or maybe they glued the dang thing on. Do you think they glued her on? Because I don't see any more screws holding it. You wonder how they got that on there. I wonder if that's, I think that's stainless steel. It's either stainless or aluminum. But why doesn't that outside thing come over there? I'm wondering if that's all one piece. Maybe not. No, maybe I can get a screwdriver in here. Come on. Well, isn't that stupid? Got that out of there. Is that maybe holding it in there? Because I don't see it on that side. How does that come out of there? Let's see if we can blast her out of there with this. Maybe I better put that on the vise. Okay, how does that come out of there now? Well, that doesn't seem to want to do anything. Oh, stuff's falling again. Well, come on. Really? It's gonna be that way, huh? It's cast. It's cast and it's aluminum. Wonder if this is a scrapey thing, sparky thing. Okay, now she's got to come off of there because that's brass. It's brass with cast aluminum. You can see the brass shine there, right? Hopefully. Or I wonder if this whole thing is cast brass. That didn't seem to want to come off of there. Let's try it. Nope, that's aluminum, so this outer shell's got to come off of there somehow. How? I do not know. You wouldn't think it would be that hard to get it off. It's like something's supposed to go down into there. That's all I can think of is this part right here. That's the only place it's got something that we can, unless there's something hiding under this sticker. There's two little clocks under there. I don't know what the heck they're measuring. When they made it, maybe. What if we try to punch it in there? Will it go in there? Oh boy. Oh, there. Did you see that? Why is it doing that? Why is it being so hard to come off of there? It's like molded. It's like molded right on there or something. Come on. Well, maybe if I do that more, it seems like it's starting to get a little bit looser. She's a little looser now. Come on, brass. You can let go now anytime. Oh boy. Whew. Oh boy. I don't know what in the heck is holding it. What's holding you on there? Bend it on this side too? Hey, I wonder if I should just cut it. Why am I fighting this? Why are you fighting it, Dennis? Why are you fighting? What if you just cut it in half? What if cut it right there? What did that do, huh? Oh, look at that. Now it's coming right off. Ha ha, look at that. Should have done that in the first place, Dennis, you dipwad. Oh, she doesn't want to. See, I knew it had something to do with this thing here. I tried to pound it before. That's holding it. But hopefully it'll come right off here. There we go. Now we're cooking. Want to see how much brass that is? It's a half an ounce shy of a half a pound. So there, how do you like that? That can go in our brass right there. Oops, sorry for twisting my head so fast. She might have made you dizzy or something. She might have made you dizzy. All right. See, that's aluminum there too. But then it's got this sticky thing in there. It's got a little piece of brass in there too. And a snap ring. I suppose I could use my snap ring tool and get it out of there. I think I got the snap ring that time. Okay, that came out. Brass washer came out. I don't know if that comes out that way or this way. Oh, you think it would go one way or the other? So punch in. So anyways, thanks for watching. Be sure to tell your friends about the Scrap-Meister. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps things out. Christmas is coming. If you want some cool scrapper gear, check out www.scrapmeister.com for our merch store. And yeah, everybody have a great Turkey Day tomorrow. Be sure you watch one of the videos that's on screen now.